G'day traders, Sam here from Trade2Prospa to give you a crypto update using other indicators like the stock market as well. While we are bearish in the long term, looking at the SP500 futures at the moment, we see this basically wave 5 correction, not an impulsive wave, it's more like a correction, and hence it's like a rising wedge, and this ABC correction pretty much. So if you look on the right side of the chart, we have this weekly chart with this RSI finding pretty much a resistance level. So we have some confluence with this likely scenario that this comes all the way down to this bottom section of the RSI, which could equate to the 200 moving average. Um, if we look at this perspective, we have a number of reasons why we are at resistance, especially with the 200 daily moving averages, EMA and SMA. So we'll have a closer look at this and see what we think is likely to happen. With this rising wedge, we are likely to have something like uh, a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 type of thing, and it might just come down to this level here. Yep, this is my long-term support moving average, and this was a capitulation with the COVID event, the Black Swan event. But if you look at SP500 long-term wise, we have this particular area of interest, which is the 2008 home mortgage crisis and the bear market. And so we spoke about this in the past, where we have the black line, which is a monthly 200 moving average. And as things go along on the monthly, when we get a rejection on these 200 moving average, on the 21 monthly moving average, along with the 200 daily, we have this bearish move. So here we had. So continuing on with this chart, if we look at the 2008 crisis, like I said, we use this as a model for a bad situation. 21 monthly moving average rejected, and on the 200 daily moving average, so it's a pretty strong level to reject. We found support on the 200 weekly, and we had this rally. Once it dropped this level, you can see the retest and then capitulation. So when we look at our chart here, we had something similar, and we discussed this. The 21 monthly, get the rejection, we get the support, and what's looking like another rejection. So in this case on the right, it didn't quite make it. Here we did make it, and we have bearish divergence as well. So if we look on the daily on this, we're having the crossover. So we have bearish divergence there. We got this trend line that's likely to break on the daily. So we're seeing pretty much weakness coming into the rally. The alley wave count, as I said, meets our requirements. So we've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then this ABC correction, and then continuation to the downside, pretty much like this. So this was a 5 count, and then the rally, and then this capitulation model. When does it capitulate? When we lose that 200 daily weekly moving average. So this is where we got to be careful. Once this level is lost, this will capitulate. So the target for this rising wedge is the root of it. So this moving average is likely to be it. Confirmation is likely to come with this crossover of the RSI, the MACD. So we see this bearish divergence in the MACD as well. The RSI gives it, the MACD gives it. So we have this downward pressure. A rising wedge tends to have two parts to it, which is the bounce, 1, 2, 3, and then a drop. Sometimes it goes higher. We've got this trend line as well on the top to be resistance. So guys, there's no mass printing of fiat. So it is likely to drop. There is no conditions in the market, financial markets, anywhere that looks positive So this rally is just a relief rally at the most, and it's a correction and not an impulsive move to the upside. So be careful. How does that correlate to Bitcoin? Well, let's have a look. So here's our Bitcoin chart. I made a channel in terms of what has confluence. So if we look at this on the daily, we have a number of reasons why we are bearish. We can look at this Fibonacci structure, and we've given reasons for why this level of support and so on. But simply, when we look at the target, we look at from a swing high, swing low to swing high, and if we do our non-fib, you will see that the 1.414, give or take a bit, not much, was our support. The 1.618 is likely to be our target. If you were to move this down a bit to this level here, not the overperformance, to that level, then we have that wick as well. And then you can see that the 1.618 equates to the 0.382. So it's very sensitive, and therefore it's going to be very difficult to judge where it is. So I have that range to that range as my primary interest for the bottom, right down there. So between 10,200 to 11,600 is what I think is happening. Right now, you can see this, what looks to be a channel, and it's broken this red line. So it's likely, in my opinion, to keep going to this top level here for rejection, similar to these guys here, where they overperform a bit. So that is the next strong resistance. If we're going close, you can see the Fibonacci extension of 1 is currently acting as a resistance. Let's go to the 4-hour. It's probably better. But I just wanted to put the context in there. What is this formation looking like? It looks like a reversal inverted head and shoulders in a way. So we can have a look at this perspective. So that is the left shoulder, that is the head, and this is pretty much looking like a right shoulder. Not the best of formations, but again, it could also be a triangle, something like that as well. Both of them are satisfactory in measuring the measured move. So if this is our neckline, we can potentially push that, and you can see how that hits my top and the fib extension of 1.272. So in my opinion, this level is going to be a strong resistance and a good entry to short if it gets to that level. At the moment, it's not. We don't know what it's going to do. It could just turn around because this is a strong resistance level. So if you haven't bought on the breakout, I would not buy now. I would look for some type of revert. So I do see that. I want to see consolidation, something like that, making a bull flag for the next leg up, and then you can trade the breakout or look for potentially a reversal down here back to this level for support, or that level here. So that is our next level of support. You can look at the Fibonacci levels, pretty much explains everything in detail, what it's likely to happen. So the correlation with SP500 at the moment is not there. If the SP500 finds a little bounce, well, this continues on. At the moment, it's just holding its ground. So I'm looking for two perspectives, waiting for this. You can see the gray region is a lot of volume of volatility, really. So we're coming into a volatility area. We're getting a clear rejection there, and it makes sense with the Fibonacci. If we were to measure from another perspective, from a swing low, swing high, you can see that the 0.78 is there. We've got the 0.618s there. Let's just change that a bit. And yeah, that's pretty much what we got at the moment. from just a fib extension wise, fib extension 1 is again making sense that is the target if this was to continue on from this level. So I'm looking for consolidation for the time being. What would the alts do? Well, let's have a look at a few of them and see if it makes sense to find any buys. So Link is had that nice breakout move, and when we look at the 618, so it's already hit it, and it's already very close to. I think this will be a rejection level. So we do measuring from the bottom to the top. The 618 level is going to be difficult to pass, so I think this will come back down. We might look for basically a swing trade in the making there. Matic is looking to be bullish, but it needs to break this level here. So that is a nice reversal structure, and you can see my Fibonacci's in terms of the targets. These are the targets. So if it was to break out of this level, this is the main level to break out. If it breaks there, then we've got the measured move, which is pretty much that length. And we're in that region there where it's pretty much resistance. And that could be the 0.382 level as well from the macro perspective. So if we use the top 1 to 0, 0.382 and the 0.5 is likely to be areas of resistance if Bitcoin was to continue going up. The Dixie, I still think this might play out. Actually, further down, where is it? Anyway, I won't do that for now. I'm just saying this macro structure likely to play out. Ethereum, looking at Ethereum on a big time scale, we hit the 1.618 extension where we found a lot of support. If we were to break this trend line, guys, it's going to go down. So at the moment, it doesn't look strong at all. And so what is it likely to do? In this trend, RSI might be the reason why we come back down again. And then we look for the next support level and might just do that. So I'm keeping an eye on this weekly stuff. When to go bullish, I'm looking at this level here is when I like to think that's when the bull market probably starts, and that's some time away. This might be just another macro bear flag and then come back down further. So if we were to adjust this with no log setting, it's a 1.412. Our 1.618 is, geez, it's pretty low, and it might be a measured move. So this might be the case where it might just break down and hit this Fibonacci there, or further down later on. Ethereum is not looking strong at all. Then we've got the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing. Based on this, it might drop down. So if Ethereum performs worse than Bitcoin in the bear market, it makes sense that it could drop down. We might just get a reversal structure of some sort like that. And so we're looking for a rejection here. The breakout, if it was to go above this level here decisively, then I would look for flipping. But at the moment, I'll be more comfortable holding Bitcoin than Ethereum. I was looking at FTM. I missed my entry on this one. Just unfortunately, living in Australia, it just doesn't work well with crypto lately. But similar to, I think it was Matic or Link. I think it was Link. It did a reversal structure, and you can look at it in two ways. But that was a nice entry, and Matic, as you know, also Phantom, is starting to look good. I do see this level potentially coming up to this level for resistance, and then may come back down if it gets to that level. As you can see, I'm just using the 618 golden ratio. The 0.5 might be the one that really does the job on it, but we don't know. So we'll look at the big Fibonacci structure. We dip it below the 0.382 from the macro, and if we drop that, we are going down to the next, which is down here. So this doesn't look like a great structure at all. It's a relief rally to me. And if we were to look at it from that perspective, a bit of a fake out. And yes, this is not an easy structure to understand. Maybe it's just a channel, I'm not sure. But we'll see how that goes, turns out. A, B, so if that was A, B, C, D, yeah. We are likely to find resistance around here if it was to get to there and then back down again. And we could see Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin still finding that level as a good resistance level, makes sense. And if we look at APTOS, I'm going along with APTOS. That was a nice reversal. I was sleeping on the job. When I came back, it broke out, and therefore I missed my entry. But that was my initial view of it. Missed that entry, and look at what it did. So now it's going to need to know when to get out. This is not easy at all. And we're looking at Bitcoin from this perspective the other day. That is a bullish structure on the Phoenix, so that is bullish, extremely bullish actually. So this, and I've got the red above the 50%. So this could, I do believe this will still go. Now, when we look at you can see the RSI pretty much found that support, and we discussed it the other day, and I was wrong, thinking that it could come down to there. It's stuck there. So that is our reversal structure. Really nice. Can this be a fake out? Definitely, because we're in a downtrend, and I've spoken about this, where these type of things pop their heads out and then they come back down, and it's just so can it go higher? Yes, but this level to me is a dangerous level to go along, to tell the truth. Even though this structure, you can see how this was a nice move, and it was tricky. I've got to admit, this is a tricky setup, and they're playing us, I think. These bear markets are very difficult to go along. That's pretty much it. Here we have Theta potentially doing a breakout move. So there's one. Basic is also looking to do a breakout move. And what else is there? That's all I got. There's a few other charts, but I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully, actually, I'll have one more look. Let me look at. Where is it? Let's see, where is those charts? Let's see what we got here. This is what I was having looking yesterday. And GMX, yes, it's still looking to break out. So there's a breakout level there. This does look like a reversal structure, so that took place. However, we have this resistance level now. So there's a potential another breakout trade from that level there. Matic, we already discussed. It looks bullish, but it's a bad entry spot. We want to see a pullback before we do that. Optimism looks like a reversal. Really nice. Again,